Today we are going to see about Greenland. For 1,000 years, Greenland has been the world's greatest geographical land. It sits at the top of the world's massive shield of ice, three times the size of the Texas. We all thought that it is a frozen wasteland, a place where nothing happens. But the name itself was the first trick. When Eric the Red, a Viking exile, they landed here in the 10th century. He founded a rugged ice bound coast. He wanted to attract settlers from Iceland, so he branded this frozen rock Greenland. It was the world's first real estate scam, and for centuries, the world fell for the deception, believing this place was just a quiet, useless reserve. But the silence of the ice is misleading. While the rest of the world ignored it, the Greenland has been quietly holding the keys to the future of human civilization. It holds the enough fresh water to drown our coastal cities. It holds the minerals that power our smartphones. And most importantly, it holds the strategic location that can strangle the Russian Navy or open the door to a new Chinese empire. The giant is waking up, and the race to capture it has already begun. You asked if anyone had been here before and left. The answer is haunting us. The Norse settlers lived here for nearly 500 years, longer than the United States has existed as a country. They built cathedrals, traded walrus ivory with the Pope, and formed the Green Valleys. But then the climate turned against them. The Little Ice Age descended in the 1400s. The sea route freezes. The crop failed. The Inuit people, masters of the cold, survived. But the Vikings vanished. They didn't just leave, they were erased by the ice, leaving behind empty stone houses as a warning. But the Vikings weren't the only ones to retreat. In the heat of the Cold War, the United States tried to conquer the ice from within. In 1959, the US Army built a secret city inside the glacier called Camp Century. It was powered by the portable nuclear reactor. On the surface, they said it was for science, but the truth was Project Iceworm, a plan to hide 600 nuclear missiles in tunnels under the ice, ready to strike the Soviet Union. It was the ultimate ambush, but the ice fought back. The glacier moved faster than the engineers predicted, crushing the tunnels and twisting the steel. The Americans were forced to flee in 1967, abandoning the base and its radioactive waste, which still lies buried here today. A ghost city waiting to be revealed by the melting snow. Why is America so desperate to control this land today? The answer lies in the geometry of war. To understand it, you must look at GIUK gap, which is Greenland, Iceland, and United Kingdom. This is the most dangerous patch of water in the world for the Russian Navy. Russia's powerful northern fleet is based in the Arctic. For the nuclear submarines to reach the Atlantic Ocean and threaten the US East Coast, they must pass through this narrow gap. The Greenland is a gatekeeper. If the United States and the NATO control Greenland, they can place sonar sensors, radar stations, and anti submarine aircraft along its coast. It turns the North Atlantic into a bottleneck. Without Greenland, the Russian Navy runs free. With Greenland, they are trapped in a cage. This is why, during World War II, the US rushed to protect the island before the Nazi could take it. They weren't protecting the ice, they were protecting the Atlantic Sea lanes. Today, as Russian submarines become more active, that ice curtain is the only thing stopping them from disappearing into the deep oceans undetected. But in the 21st century, the war isn't just about missiles, it's about the dirt itself. For decades, Greenland was too expensive to mine. The ice was too thick, the weather too brutal, but the planet is warming. I mean, global warming. I'm talking about global warming now. The ice is receding and it is revealing a fortune. Greenland is home to one of the largest deposits of rare earth elements on the planet neodymium, dysprosium, and terbium. Right now, China controls nearly 90% of the processing of these minerals. If Beijing decided to cut off the supply tomorrow, the production of American fighter jets, electric cars, and wind turbines would grind to halt. We are addicted to Chinese minerals. Greenland is secured. One single site in Greenland, the Kevin Field deposit, could meet 20% of the global demand. America isn't just looking at the Greenland as a base, it sees it as an escape route from Chinese economic dominance. So, is that a benefit for America? The benefit is survival. As the ice melts, a new ocean is opening up. The Northern Sea Road. Moreover, Russia cuts the shipping time from Asia to Europe by 40%. It is the Suez Canal of the future. If America walks away from the Greenland, it hands the key to the Arctic over to Russia and China. Furthermore, America is already there. The Pacific Space Base in northern Greenland is the US military's northernmost outpost. It houses the radar that warns the Washington of incoming nuclear missiles. It is the eyes of the American shield. If Greenland were to fall under the influence of a rival power, if China were to build a research station or airports there, America would go blind. Capturing the loyalty of Greenland isn't about expansion, it is about securing the roof of the world so the house below doesn't burn down. The Greenland was once a place people left. The Vikings fled the cold, the Americans fled the crushing ice. But the era of leaving is over. The ice is melting and the world is coming back. The nation that controls Greenland in the next 50 years will control the flow of trade, the minerals of the future, and the military balance of the northern hemisphere. The sleeping giant is awake, and this time no one can afford to take look away. That's it, guys. Bye bye. Let's meet on the next video.